Today I'm going to show you guys an Arri M40, which is a 4,000 watt HMI light with a Honda 7,000 watt generator. So this is a Honda EU7000IS generator, and it's really just running one thing. If you follow the base cable down, we come along to this ballast. This is powering an M40, an Arri M40 HMI. This ballast will work on the 2.5 or 4K. We're running it with a 4K or the M40. So if we follow the head cable, it's coming over here to the fixture, which is hiding back in here. It's a 4,000 watt HMI. It's book lighting into ultra bounce, and then we've got an eyebrow over it to shield the sun, so the real sun doesn't come in and compete with our lighting. But this is a really solid performer. This Arri M40, you do have to have something like a generator to power it, because your house circuits, unless you tap into a dryer or range plug, is not going to be big enough to run it. This is a really common setup. The other thing we got going on is we got a couple of these light bridge tiles in here. So the bounce off the ultra bounce is pushing soft light into the room, but then these tiles are pushing slashes of hard light, more like direct beams of sunlight. And this setup's just going all day long. They're shooting daytime interior, commercial stuff, light, bright, cheery stuff in there. This is a common way to get that kind of a look. You may ask, what quirks does this have? Really not many. The M40 is a lensless HMI par basically, and so you can adjust the beam just with a flood spot setting. Super reliable. I guess if there's a quirk, they're expensive. M40s are fairly expensive. Obviously it's rented on this project. And I guess you could say the other quirk is, yeah, you have to bring the generator. This is a very common setup with a 7,000 watt generator, which that's plenty of headroom. It's only a 4,000 watt light, but oftentimes all this stuff works together. Also, you know, once you get more stuff out here, it takes a few more people, you know, and the 8x frame and, you know, all the fixings and everything. It's, you know, you need a hand or two to get all that stuff going. Other than that, solid stuff. Okay, I just got back from a day on set in Atlanta, and I had the opportunity to talk to the owner of that M40 that I was reviewing. In my experience on set, it's been super reliable, but in talking to the owner, I found out that it actually had some real problems when he first purchased it. The ballast, the transformer portion of it, actually had to be sent back to Arri in Germany several times for service. It was an intermittent problem. They couldn't seem to reproduce it. They sent it back. He kept having the problem. He sent it back, they sent it back. Finally, he videotaped it running for like 2 hours and then cutting out. He sent it back to them, and finally, they just, I think, replaced the whole motherboard or something like that. Whatever the main component is in there that could have a problem, they just replaced the whole thing. And it has been solid ever since. A lot of these film lights are not high production units like an iPhone or something like that. And so sometimes there are gremlins in there. Arri did stand by it. They did make it right, but not until the owner had some frustration with the unit. And actually, you know, these modern HMIs are pretty reliable, but HMI lights in general can be finicky. A lot of times people say if you want one working on set, you need to have two on the order. So anyway, I think I need to modify that review some. This M40, I've never had a single problem with it on set, and I've been on set with it multiple times. But yeah, HMI lights, they are not as reliable as some things. Certainly good old tungsten lights are some of the most reliable around.